Okay, I'm back. So technically, what I had to do was stop my live, go and remove that because it was very disturbing. So let me start all over again. Today's challenge is to tell you about my failures, the failures that has happened in networking. Now, I was saying earlier in regards to my process, my growth in entrepreneurship started when I was about 10, 11 years old. I started out where I was delivering a newspaper called the Grit newspaper, and I was also selling flower seeds door to door. And that was my venture. Did not know it was called entrepreneurship back then, but it was a desire that I had in regards to having my own monies. You know, it felt good as an 11-year-old to have your own monies. I mean, we got allowances, if you would, from my father, who would give us the silver coins in his pocket. And, that was your allowance. Grew up in the hood, so it was not a normal thing to have that. Some folks felt the allowance was having that meal, having that roof over your head. You know where I'm coming from. But as I grew, that desire that started very early stayed with me. And so I got to be about, 12 years old, and I got a newspaper route. Yes, newspaper route. In California, there was the San Bernardino Banner. The San Bernardino Banner. And I also took on the LA Times. Now, let me tell you this. The LA Times was a task, especially on Sundays. Lord, those newspapers, if you think it's big now, you should have seen it back then when they had even more sale papers added to that bulk of news, of sports, of all the events that were going on. And it was a tremendous task. I mean, I had to go out, take the bulk of paper, which was about 3 bulks. I forgot how many papers I delivered, how many customers I had to go to, unwrap the paper, take the band off, wrap the paper in rubber bands, put them into my sacks on my bicycle with my high-rise handlebars and banana seat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And deliver my newspapers. Toss them as best as I could over the fence or up into the yard. There were some customers that wanted to have their paper placed on their porch or put in a certain area where I had to do this. And I did that. But what it did give me, Christmas time, I was rewarded. My birthday, I was rewarded. They'd give me a little tip or have an envelope for me sitting through the fence, or have a little place where I would pick up an envelope that offered me a reward, a thank you for taking the time to go through those efforts. So in my entrepreneurial journey, I had that inbred in me. Now, as I grew older, we were taught to work. We were taught to get an education. And so I took on both of those tasks very dutifully because of what it brought about. A constant due diligence of learning, of studying. In fact, today I wrote on my post, mentoring isn't just about doing. It is also about watching and listening. That is true. That is so true in life. I took that which was ingrained in me, and this is how I'm applying it today in my wealth building journey. Now, in the subject matter of failures in network, we all have gone through that. Those of you who have been on this track to build your dreams, to build your desires, it has been ups and downs. It has not been constant successes. Good morning, everyone that's coming on board. Good morning to you. Thank you. I remember the very first network marketing business I got involved in was with a company. I'm not going to name the name, but they were a $1 billion company that sold health products. You name it, vitamins, minerals that helped develop the body, things that they went to the point of having even food items. And I mean, believe me, I had drop shipments on top of drop shipments on top of drop shipments. And I had to move that product. I mean, it was built upon moving products. Well, that process was a very strong lesson in regards to this building process of networking. I won't call it a failure, but it wasn't a really big success for me. Okay? I moved on to another network marketing company, which was selling this energy drink that was supposed to add electrolytes to your body, raise your pH, cleanse your system, move, do the things proper for your body and for you to build on. Now that I would consider not a success, but not a failure either. It taught me quite a bit. If I wasn't in a certain circle, then it would be very strenuous to move that product because it was built upon you give a tester. That tester then means that you would move your product, and by moving your product in that manner, you are going to, quote, leverage others that will also do the same. And unfortunately, at that time, I'm an adult at this point in the game, but as a professional caregiver, I did not have a circle of friends because it is caregiving is a trying business in its own right, but you don't have that socialization with many because I did not have the ability to have others work for me because, you had to have a surety bond to cover any incidents. And believe me, those are very expensive to have. So I didn't have that luxury of being able to get more involved in my business as creating individuals. I was pretty much alone in my enterprise. So I won't call that a failure, but it was not expandable. I'll put it in that manner. It would have been great to have 3, 4, 5 clients and have 3, 4, 5 employees to do what I did. Now, as I grew in understanding network marketing, I will not call anything that I have done in the last 5 years a failure. But what I saw was not the exact path that I wanted to be on in regards to sharing with others the process after doing my due diligence. So now here I am in a year and a half now. I've been with this particular company, now known as Utopian Global, and I see the successes. I see the ability to really gain true ground, not running in pea gravel, but to really gain ground in this wealth building journey. I have to say, folks, you must do your due diligence. You must look at management, see and hear their business partners, see and understand their model, their business model, and how it can apply to you in your track. I have another thing coming through. Let me stop. Wait. Okay. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry for that background interruption. Okay, it's done. So, here we are now in the 21st century. The company that I am with now, Utopian Global, they have gone through and seriously put together a system that develops wealth through precious metals, gold and silver. And now what they have done is created a way, category creator, in creating passive income streams through the elements of Mother Earth. I guarantee you that this trek that I am now on with regards to, thank you for, I see everybody's coming forward. Thank you. But hold on for a minute. I only have 5 minutes and I know good and well I'm getting close to my window. But thank you for watching. I appreciate your comments. But listen, here's where we are. Utopian Global, we provide precious metals, gold and silver. We now provide, here in the United States, we are on a hiatus for a moment because we have to have SEC approval for what we offer in regards to these elements, gas and oil. So we are definitely making sure that we are approved by the SEC. But globally, you all are allowed to be able to create true passive income through gas, oil. Our team went to the oil fields there in Houston, showing the rigs pumping. This has been going on since the 1930s. There's 100 families that have been getting paid a passive residual income for the last 80 years by these derricks that are pumping. Oil is a commodity that is necessary in all our products. I don't care what you look at. This phone, this tool that I'm speaking on, is part of this industry. Okay? And looking at the future, Utopian Global understands and sees together the mindset is over 200 years of experience. What this means is that you have a company that is developed for your success. Now, I know I've hit my 5-minute mark, but I do want you to listen to our post. Listen to our watch our process and watch what we do. Is like I said like I said today in one of my posts. Mentoring is not just about doing, but about listening, but about watching. That leads to success, and we want you to have that success. Go to my link, our link. My particular link is HTTPS. You know how that goes. HTTPS / semicolon / Utopian Global / register / Reggie King. Look at, watch that, listen to that 10-minute link, that 10-minute video. Understand that what you do now will create legacy and generational wealth where your children's children will know your name. When they look at that picture hanging over the mantle, on that wall, in that album, they will be able to call your name. I know I've went over my time. I'm going to go ahead and get off so I don't have Miss Padmore going after me. But I wanted to say, we have a system that can truly create your time freedom, your financial freedom, and it will be handed down through your generations. Thank you very much for taking a look. Thank you very much for listening. I look forward to partnering with you. Let's do this. You all have a great morning. Today is Tuesday. So I've done my day 3. Sean, thank you very much for this challenge. Have a great one, you all. I look forward to talking to you soon. Peace.